Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this review is for the movie called Fingers for Marseilles. The community of Railway faces brutal oppression, and only the young Five Fingers are willing to fight until hot-headed Tao commits a terrible act and flees. 20 years later, Tao renounces violence and returns, but it soon becomes clear the town is in the grip of a new threat. Standing against old allies and new enemies, he'll put his life at risk to protect the town he loves. This is a 2017 film. It doesn't look like it has a rating. It runs 2 hours, and I'm not going to try and pronounce the names that it stars. So, Five Fingers for Marseille. However you want to say the name of that town. It's French. Okay, I'm not that great with French words. Spanish is more my way. So excuse me for my voice, but I gotta get this movie review done. I'm in the midst of kind of a bunch of movies to go see and movies reviews to get done. So, Five Fingers for Marseille. This just came up on my list. That's why it's an older movie, 2 years now. And I was going to give it a half an hour because when I put it in the player, I saw that it was subtitles, it was a foreign film, and I was like, well, if it's going to be like that the whole time, I'll give it half an hour. I'll see if it's even worth my time because I don't want to sit here reading subtitles the whole time. And I can't even remember the last movie I sat and watched subtitles the whole time. So, this ended up not being one of those films. There is some English along the way, and there's some broken English, but you can at least understand, and you can have some times where you don't have to stare at the screen. You can kind of just listen and know what's going on. So the rest of the time, the subtitles are kind of like, this phrase, it waits a minute, this phrase, it's not constant talking. There's a lot of good action, there's a lot of gunshots, there's a lot of running, there's things happening where it's not just read the subtitles the whole time, otherwise you miss a bunch of stuff. So, anyways, I gave the movie a half an hour to impress me, and the first scene is what's in the description, where these kids, when they're younger, are having tax collector people come into their town and take money from their businesses, and they want to run them out, so they stick up to them and run them out of town. And there's this big old thing, and Tao was the one who kind of instigates the problem and kind of ends up killing the guys. And so when he flees town, everything kind of, goes on. And it's not to be made as big a deal as I thought it would be. I thought the town would be in ruins after, they kill these two messengers. I figured the cavalry would come after them and just destroy the town. But the town continues to thrive for 20 years. And the kids grow up and things are pretty normal. And one of the Five Fingers as kids, he grows up to be mayor. And the town's pretty successful, but they still have gangs like every other town, and that's kind of the big problem of the movie, is this big old gang. And I don't understand all that happens, why they're mad and why they want to kill people and all this stuff, but when Tao comes back, it's all about revenge and, defending the town like he did when he was a kid. So it's kind of a murky kind of story there, especially since the town is pretty thriving. It's not like it's just some little one street place and people are taking all their money. It's a thriving town as they're older, so it's a little murky on the story there. But this is a good story. It's interesting and the characters are good, and when Tao comes back to town, it kind of puts things into shambles and gets people talking, and it does get interesting. So as far as reading the subtitles and everything, I kind of got the gist of the story, and it's kind of like a French version of the Magnificent Seven, and I really like the Magnificent Seven, and I like old westerns and stuff like that. And this isn't in the West; it's in France, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a showdown for family pride and friend pride, and defending your town and your territory. And it's kind of a neat little, excuse me, it's kind of a neat way of handling things, and gives the characters things to do. It gives them a lot of development, the fact that they are doing something for a purpose and pride and family. The characters aren't boring at all. So this isn't the kind of movie I would usually watch, but I did enjoy it. So the fact that it was subtitles the whole time, I got to knock it down a little bit. But I'm going to give Five Fingers for Marseilles a C minus. Excuse my voice, I'm sorry. And I'm going to totally suggest, if you like this kind of movie with subtitles and with shootings and with action and with all this kind of stuff in it, I would totally suggest you watch it. It's very interesting. It's very adaptable to what it needs to be, and it keeps it moving, and it keeps the characters very bright. I just think it's a lower grade because of the subtitles, but otherwise I do suggest watching this movie. So C minus for Five Fingers for Marseille. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give something to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would, and enjoy your movies. Thanks.